Hola. Let's talk about Latina stereotypes versus the reality of Latinas to debunk some common misconceptions. Latinas, like all women, are a diverse, multifaceted group. However, when it comes to representation in media, in pop culture, and even in society at large, there are certain stereotypes about us that Latinas tend to dominate. And those misconceptions absolutely oversimplify and misrepresent the richness of our identities, the experiences, and the incredible contributions that we bring. So I want to explore with you the 5 most common Latina stereotypes and the reality behind it. Are we ready? Stereotype number 1. Latinas are fiery, hot-tempered. The reality is that these stereotypes suggest that all Latinas are overly emotional, dramatic, temperamental, de telenovela. While passionate, vibrant, and expressive personalities do exist, hello, this stereotype overlooks the vast diversity within the Latina community. In reality, Latinas come from a wide range of cultures, backgrounds, temperaments. Some might be outgoing and passionate, while others are introverted, reserved, or even shy. Stereotype number 2. Latinas are all immigrants of first-generation Americans. The reality: while many Latinas in the US are immigrants or descendants of immigrants, this stereotype fails to acknowledge the diverse histories, the experiences of Latinas in the US as a whole. There are Latinas who have been in the country for generations, some tracing the roots back to the time before the US existed in its current form. Additionally, many Latinas identify as second, third, fourth, fifth generation Americans. The Latina experience in the US is absolutely not monolithic. Stereotype number 3. Latinas are all bilingual and speak Spanish fluently. Yes, Spanish is the dominant language in many Latin American countries. Yet not all Latinas in the US are bilingual. For some, Spanish may be their first language, but for many others, English is their primary language, especially if they grew up in environments where English was more dominant. Additionally, some Latinas may only speak a little Spanish or none at all due to the generational language shifts, regional dialects, cultural assimilation, and many Latinas are fluent in both English and Spanish, while others may identify with their culture but not speak Spanish or have an accent. Language does not define one's identity, cultural pride, heritage, family values as important. Stereotype number 4. Latinas are all hot and exotic. Oh yeah, the stereotype of the exotic Latina is very often tied to the sexualized image that reduces Latinas to their physical appearance. This stereotype ignores the rich cultural, intellectual, and personal dimensions of who us Latinas are. In reality, Latinas come in all shapes, sizes, and appearances, and our beauty is not limited to one narrow standard. Latinas, like all women, have unique personalities, ambitions, and aspirations beyond their looks. Reducing us to our physical appearance not only perpetuates a harmful stereotype, but also devalues our individuality and humanity. And lastly, stereotype number 5. Latinas are all poor and uneducated. This is harmful. This suggests that Latinas, especially those from migrant backgrounds, are uneducated or economically disadvantaged. And while some Latinas may face socioeconomic challenges, many and most of us are highly educated, getting to that place, working successful careers, and are ambitious. As a fact, Latina women are one of the fastest growing groups in higher education in the US. Latinas are increasingly earning college degrees, starting businesses, succeeding in their professional fields. Many Latinas come from middle-class backgrounds, and while some may face challenges, we are incredibly resilient, resourceful. The reality is that Latinas, like all women, are multidimensional, diverse, and dynamic. We are not defined by a single story or stereotype, but by our experiences, choices, and passions. And so, by challenging and debunking these stereotypes, we can create by far a more inclusive, respectful understanding of the Latina identity, one that honors our contributions and recognizes the unique experiences of Latinas. So I say it's time to move beyond the surface and acknowledge the depth and diversity of Latina lives, stories, and aspirations. Let us all celebrate the incredible contributions of Latinas in the US during Women's International Day and way beyond.